If you're expecting, or maybe you're thinking of having another baby, pregnancy is wonderful, but it can also be a very stressful time for a lot of people.
Pregnancy sucks. Making a human being is really hard. I have no control over my body or my emotions.
Okay, well, that's a little extreme. It's probably true for some people. If being pregnant was not full of its own stressors, what do you do if you are a working woman? Do you have to tell your boss that you're expecting? That's one of the big questions. Joining us this morning to talk more about it, workplace psychologist Dr.Mimi Hull with HullOnline.com. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about just in the process of looking for a job. Because if you're looking for a job and you're pregnant, how do you handle that?
One of the things we always tell our people is you don't bring it up as the first thing. Let them like you as a person first, and then decide whether you're going to say anything or not. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, you want to build honesty, you want to build trust. On the other hand, the fact of the matter is, if there's a choice, oftentimes the non-pregnant person gets hired.
So do you wait if you're worried about that? Do you wait until they hire you to say, okay, I should probably mention this?
You want to wait till they show an interest in you.
Okay.
And after you've had some interviews, they know what you can do, they like you, and then you bring it up also. But then wait till they really do want you.
Okay. Don't do it after they hire you. Okay, that's good to know. So what about if you're already employed? How do you go about telling your boss this news?
First of all, tell your boss first. And you don't have to tell them right away. During the first 3 months, that's when most miscarriages occur, and so why build anxiety when there may not be any? So after the first 3 months, when you start to show, the first person you want to tell is your boss. And when I say that, that's before you put it on Facebook, okay? Before you tell a coworker, tell your boss first.
Okay, that is very good advice. Okay, so how do you tell your boss?
One is plan first.
Okay.
Think about your job. What's coming up? What's going to happen around your due date? Is there a big project coming up that's going to be right around your due date? How are you going to plan for that? What are you going to get done ahead of time? Be confident. Show the fact that you're going to do your work and you're pregnant.
Okay. How do you know if it is going to impact your job? I guess that's part of going into the planning process, right? And it's sort of, if you're forward thinking about it, then you'll be able to say, as you said, hey, look, I'm good. I can handle this.
Yeah. And that's really true.
Okay.
Think about what you do. Do you have to travel? Are you going to be traveling a lot towards the last trimester? Will somebody else have to take over your travel schedule? Are you dealing with difficult chemicals? Okay, then you don't want to be working around them. So you got to really look at your job and how will the pregnancy impact your job, and how will your job impact the pregnancy.
Okay, and then finally, what about maternity leave? Do you ask questions about that right away?
It's your right, and I think it's important to do that. I think many women are very hesitant to talk about maternity leave, when in reality, number one, you cannot be fired because you're pregnant. Be remembered of that.
Okay.
Be mindful of that. The other thing is, when you're taking maternity leave, that's something that you have worked for. You deserve it. So talk about it, plan for it, and again, be confident about it, and let your boss know when you plan to come back.
Okay, it's great advice. And again, your website, Mimi, for those at home.
That's HullOnline.com.
All right, Dr. Hull, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming.